we go. If we go and we look at the materials that I've provided, there's a set of references for hands-on assistance that I'll be working on. But you'll notice that this does include many of these functions that we've already been using. Move to, get nearest agent, population size, pick a random one, remove from the population, add to the population, etc. You will also find steps for common tasks for building up any logic models, and you will find additionally in the background and other references some information on, again, these are the videos and these are the materials, but you will also find some information on books that are probably worth looking at. And I should have had business dynamics here. I'll add that for system dynamics components as well. And there's probably one or two other, a few others that I'll put there. Well, one or two others. Ladies and gentlemen, a community site. This is this community site I introduced a few days ago to ask questions, and I would encourage you to go there. To make use of it, you will want to log in, okay? Because by logging in, you'll see much more functionality in place. Register for it, indeed. Okay, few other things. Just in terms of some of the specifics, and I'm going to go actually to this one to call up the wrap-up slides, because I didn't very specifically refer them, create them here. Here we go. Okay, so other resources here. Here's some resources. This is, again, maybe my best collection of stuff. Further training. I teach courses which are sometimes put online and so on. We have this Bootcamp and Incubator. The Incubator is to actually start modeling projects and actually advance them while the TAs are around. We have 3 TAs here. We're very lucky to have those. But back at home, I'll have something like 10 TAs or 12 TAs who can help out with getting models started and so on. This is running in August, and it runs for 6 days, and it involves getting really started and advancing you on your modeling from model conceptualization to a first version of the model. We also have a basic Bootcamp and Incubator, which is really for what and why of modeling, that I don't think is as applicable for people here. There's a number of conferences that for people who are interested where this sort of stuff gets presented. They include the SBP, the Socio-Computing Behavioral Cultural Prediction and Modeling, as well as Health Informatics. I circulated both of those. I also tend to go to Winter Sim a fair bit. And the SD Society still has some agent-based modeling, although much less than I'd like for sure. And Microsimulation is a conference for people who are coming from a different background, but basically reduces to agent-based modeling. And I provided some books here. This is the Sturman book on business dynamics that I mentioned to Mohammed, and I think it's pretty good. And I'd recommend this book. I think this book is online. Is that right, Jeff? For free, or is just a chapter for free? There's a Java for any logic chapter online that you can get. The
drafts used to be online for free. I think there's a kind of books thing that I think I sent out prior to Bootcamp. I'm not sure whether you can get.
There's a 3-day any logic thing.
The 3-day one's there,
Yeah.
but it's pretty cheap. I mean, it's highly subsidised.
$11 on Kindle.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
$11
Okay.
on Kindle, so it's highly subsidised. So you might as well.
What's $11?
Like $30 for a hard copy.
The big book of simulation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, is it out for any Logic 7 now?
I believe not.
No.
They're talking about redoing, putting all the screenshots in. The text is pretty much done. It took so long to get it out the door that they didn't want to stop it
Yeah.
by redoing it all for 7. Still
Yeah.
not a bad book in terms of the basics. It's just, it would be a better book with the latest screenshot.
Yeah. For the generativist perspective and so on, these are some worthwhile articles. That includes the Volker Grimm article on pattern-oriented modeling, which is worth looking at. Here's some community support. We've mentioned the LinkedIn one. The Insight Maker, Jeff has demonstrated earlier today. There's this thing called Systems Wiki that Jeff can talk more about, but is Gene Ballinger's area, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, sort of more general systems thinking, sort of a general introduction with some simulation, mostly estimate, a little bit of agent-based.
And then it's the health community, or the health modeling community site that we had mentioned. Finding partners. There's a lot of needs to find partners, and generally, I would go through Jeff and I for asking questions. But we're trying to build capacity here in Australia to sort of do this sort of modeling, and I'm so happy that there are several technical folks here from software engineering background or from OR background or elsewhere that are learning this, because there's a lot of local need. It has a lot of potential for going places if only we can get some local capacity in place here in Australia. We're trying to evolve the bootcamp. We're trying to evolve how we share material, how we can disseminate things. Some suggestions were brought up by this yesterday, the day before. I'm keenly interested in that. And so if you have some ideas, I'd encourage you first to talk with Jeff, but also to send me email. I've currently got something like probably 1,500 emails that I have to go through after the bootcamp. And probably start with the first 50 that are labeled urgent. This boot camp came at a difficult time. Last week I finished all my marking for my several courses, and then I jumped into the fire of the boot camp. And it's been a challenge, but I'll try to get back to your emails pretty soon with things if you have ideas. I really value those, and as does Jeff. We're trying to create better videos, chapterization of videos. I mentioned these ideas of these kind of challenge exercises. I have a whole bunch, but I got to get them written up, or I got to get them distributed. I have them written up, and I've got to organize them. We're putting together this boot camp in a way that's highly tailored to health sub-areas as well. So giving it, say, for health services researchers, or giving it for folks who are interested in maternal child health, or people who are interested in communicable disease or zoonotics. We have boot camp versions that are specific, and it's a big investment. And we're trying to build up this community support, although we're not nearly as far along as we'd like to be. For my boot camps, I have a general policy, ladies and gentlemen. I know this wasn't cheap, but I have a general policy of if people want to repeat a boot camp, if they want to come back to one of my boot camps having taken a previous one, I like to offer it for free, if possible, as long as there's spaces remaining, and to try to use that to build community, make it a bit more accessible. So please keep that in mind. Also, I'm considering writing a book to organize my exercises. We have just, I don't know how many pages of exercises that I go through. I used to do it all from my head. But then I decided, maybe I should write it down, so then I don't have to remember it every time. Now I'm thinking about turning it into a book. So if any of you have strong preferences, or you want to see it as a website, where you can follow exercises, I'm all ears. It's just I have to balance the limited time available. We have students back home looking for projects. We're interested in co-ops and internships, theses, contracts for work, and partnerships. So if you have ideas about ways that you think a student from my side could help, or if you're interested in having some work done, maybe by one of the TAs or elsewhere, please speak with us. There's some opportunities there. we have dozens of students every year who go through training and modeling, and some of them are interested in really doing it more seriously for a career, getting started. Others are interested in picking up a project for a thesis or picking up a project for a class, trying something out, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't for a class, but at least you're further along by knowing what won't work at the worst, and often you get somewhere pretty neat. Okay, so those are some wrap-ups. I owe you some things. After I sleep, I'm gonna go and upload some items. I know people asked about like self item and this, and there were one or two other things that you wanted to, and I'm going to need to lean on my colleagues to remember what those are so that I can deliver them to you. I will try. I have hundreds and hundreds of slides that relate to the material that I presented, and I'll provide those all to you. Even though I didn't go through them rigorously, they relate to the things that I've been talking about. So I'll provide all those too within the next week or so. I'll try to see what other things could be useful. These videos are already largely up there. We'll see if I can get other supporting things that come up in our discussions. Okay, so it's with no shortage of regret that I want to thank everyone for their contributions. These boot camps are not a matter of me just providing the material. You've contributed greatly with your questions, with your comments, with your requests, with your suggestions, and I want to thank you for that. It's really been great. I must tell you that I teach many of these boot camps, many a year in fact, and you folks stand out in my mind as a really quite high-powered group. I often have to slow things down. I sometimes get squawks, complaints, or expressions of that it's too hard for certain types of things. You folks have done an amazing job. I know it's not been easy for many of you. You've been really working at this. You've had to really pay attention. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the effort you put into it. I appreciate your contributions, and I want to thank you. I also want to thank the TAs here for their fantastic support during this. And I hope that we could all join in applause for the TAs and for the group all the participants here and those who have left for their real contributions to the boot camp. So thanks very much. Really much appreciated. I know that it's at its rough edges. The rushed coffees today, the rushed lunches, and I know the material's not presented perfectly, but thank you very much for your tolerance. Thank you for your contributions, and I look forward to further discussions with you folks. It's been a real honor to teach you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. It's great.
It's a real privilege to be able to work with you.
One thing, are those dates right? I thought that was the week after, the dates for August.
The dates?
Change it?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah,
that's wrong. It's the next week. Thank you, Jeff. 22nd to actually the 27th, I think.
27th, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just go verify that. That's bizarre.
Yeah, I know there was you were showing it Friday.
Yeah, I was. It's true.
No, usually people halfway.
Okay.
Yeah, 27th.
Let's see your data source. Yeah.
Do you also, through your university office, some kind of mentoring?
We're talking about doing something like that, and I'd suggest talking with Kurt about that. You providing some sort of guidance and feedback and suggestions.
Like I've got all these ideas and I can start pulling them together, but then when I know I'll get stuck.
Yeah. Right.
Someone to kind of help.
Sure.
Yeah.
So. The way we work with that is a couple-fold. We actually have some relationships where we have a contract like with UCLA to provide mentorship there. Okay. And so a couple times a month I'll meet with students from there and provide them guidance on modeling projects, give them suggestions for work they're they're doing, give suggestions on models, suggestion literature that's relevant, and so on. In other cases, some of our students, like Alan, has worked with a couple people that that have been building models, and he's sort of partnered up with these people to help them. Kurt's done the same thing. So that's been more informal. And in fact, I think in some cases I'm not even fully aware of the students doing it, but it turns out to be a fruitful relationship. So I think you have your name on several, on veterinary science. Yeah. So. But basically, that was more somewhat informal. Someone grabbed us. Thanks very much. Grabbed Alan and said, "Hey, would you be willing to, to help me with this in a pinch? I can ask you questions and that sort of stuff." Through one of the boot camps. So those are examples, but we're interested in other relationships. I mean, one thing of note is that like Alan's going to be here for the next 6 months to a year. Dylan is already here on a long-term basis, and I seem to be popping back more than a couple of times a year. So I mean, there's some room for thinking. So I'd say let's be in touch about that.
Definitely, because we're starting to look at environmental impacts on health. And so a lot of that GIS stuff would be really like that food and physical activity stuff is spot on.
Okay.
But we're looking at liquor outlets, active transport and so
interesting. That gets into some issues with childhood obesity that ACT Health is pursuing, interested in pursuing with us. Also, there's some work going on with Dylan and Ante, who was here, the balded gentleman. Yeah, with respect to alcohol abuse and sort of problems with alcoholism and problems with alcohol-related violence and so on. So when you say liquor stores, sort of related to that, and how people respond to interventions, some of the problems they had at King's Cross and that sort of stuff with violence. So anyway, there's some work going on related to that. So, because you're with the health promotion, so there may be some potential for cross interaction there. I would talk with Jeff about that. Jeff has a pulse on. Not only the pulse, he's got a sort of. He's in the bridge. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, hope those helps out. Good. Hey, thank you so much, Brendan, for your contributions. It was a pleasure having you here. Very good. Oh, sure. No, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you for all your work on this.
Send me an email if you need anything.
Yeah. Good luck there.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Okay. Great to have you here. Absolutely terrific. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much for having me here.
No, it's great. I know it wasn't clear you'd be able to attend until late, so it's so good.
I'm glad I attended.
Okay, that's fantastic. I understand you're in biostat side, so as you might, I didn't really emphasize it that much, but you can see there's many points of articulation between them, and a lot of ways that the two can be used together. I didn't go into it in great detail, but there's tons of ways the biostats can inform the models, and there's also ways the models can generate data to test biostatistical methods and so on. So you're spending time with SACS,
I
right?
work at SACS this week, and then the rest of those are at ETS.
Okay. So it may be that, we can have some discussions, because I do a lot of biostats these days, in addition to machine learning and other sorts of computational stuff. And, I suspect if we talk for an hour or two, probably able to communicate quite a lot, actually, on the interface between the stats side and this, in ways you might find kind of interesting. So are you a doctoral student then at UTS, or are you a postdoc? Oh, okay, terrific. Yeah, so we could talk quite a lot about it. We also have some students who are from biostats background working with us back in Canada, and talking with you might be sort of some opportunities that I could talk about with them.
I guess like I was saying
yeah, this is great. Yeah, I look forward to it. Thank you so much. Oh yes, that's right. You're going to be at one of those meetings, right?
Yeah.
The one about the CFPD.
Yes.
Yeah, and 45 and up. Great, I look forward to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a great pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, that was my master's was in that realm. I was theoretical, but so you got fluid dynamic versions of plasma models, and you have
Yes, absolutely.
and sort of like they were both
Yeah.
work in their areas.
Yeah.
But there's this whole range of material, but neither one works. And so this idea of complex stuff, and you merge them up.
Well, I try to get to them, but the truth is you'll get greater response of when you send it to me, I might be teaching a boot camp, or I might be, I might be teaching a course or whatever in the midst of marking. So it is true that it's faster yet if you go through TAs, but I mean I welcome questions, and I try to respond if I can, but otherwise things sometimes do get lost. But TAs would be good people to keep in touch with. Now you're at Cardiff, is that right? What's that? Yes, Paul Harper. Yes. Yeah. Jeff has mentioned the excellent stuff going on there. He said particularly with the embedding with the healthcare system, it's a real inspiring thing. And partly because of that, we're talking about maybe doing something like that back where we are. Because Kurt actually worked embedded with the Ministry of Health. And I think, and we have some work with health regions or Public Health Agency of Canada and other health authorities, Ministry of Health in Alberta, Alberta Health Services. And so this idea of having embedded people that work there, I think is a dynamite idea. And Jeff was really impressed, very impressed. And he meets a lot of people, and this really stood out. So I think he's hoping to go there sometimes, actually, to try visiting, and I'd love to stay in touch, about that and see if. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, that's great. The other thing is that I have been approached by some folks in the UK about possibly giving boot camps there. So that might be something also to stay in touch about. I'm trying to remember. I think it was at London School of Economics. And I'm trying to remember maybe it was at Imperial. In any case, it was one of the universities in the UK that they wanted me to come and maybe give a boot camp locally and so on. And so there may be some time where I do that, in which case it'd be a lot closer to you.
I will also mention it to because
I just want to be part of this conversation, like the discourse. I want to have a bunch of a bunch of knowledge.
So I think I'm going to mention it to him too.
Just a conversation.
I'm happy to do that. I must say, my wife and I really enjoyed traveling over to England a number of years ago. It's 12 years now or something, but it was just great, and I'd be very open to doing something like that. We've done lots of boot camps here in Australia, lots in North America, all around North America, but as of yet, nothing yet in Europe or England, specifically. So some opportunities there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. Oh yeah. Well, Yeah, they are. I mean, you should, the question is, I have huge numbers of them online, but some of them are getting outdated. I really need, and I don't have now, like one place to go for all my models online that's updated constantly. And I'm gonna, after this boot camp, this is one of my priorities, because this is a big gap, and all the people from my boot camps I try to give all these models, but I really want it to be online for everyone. So I will try to do that, but the models that I've given you are the vast majority of them here. So, and if I'll think about it, given your interest there. If there are models I have that I don't have here that I can't share absolutely publicly because other researchers are involved, might be able to at least share them, but I can't think of any that you don't already have.
Space related, string theory.
Okay. Sure. I'll see what I can do. Okay.
The slide that you saw.
Yeah. I was gonna go post this right now. I'll just go do that. Okay. So it's right there.
Because I need to know the information.
Yeah. Absolutely. Lecture slides. It was wrap up. Gosh, where is it? It was this one here, right? Okay, it was on hybrid budding. I don't know why it was there. Okay, let me go up. Lecture slides. Okay. Okay, here we are. There we are.
But you can put in a 5.5.
Okay, and then I'll put it up. Okay. There we go. Okay.
I was like, what the heck is that?
Okay. Great to talk with you. And again, the name is, and what's the last name?
Bryce.
Bryce. Okay. Very good. Sorry. Thank you very much.
I forget what it's called.
I missed the first 2 days. I'm Guyane.
Oh, Denise.
Guyane.
Guyane.
Yeah,
Okay.
first 2 days. I'm working with Dr. Roshan and Livon.
Oh yes.
I think you met them on the first day.
Yes, that's right. They couldn't stay, she couldn't stay the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So the videos for the first day are available.
Yeah.
Do you have the URL though?
Yeah, I have. I already went through a few of them and managed to catch up. Yeah.
A lot to catch up on. I think you were ill.
Yes, but I managed to catch up. I mean,
Great.
Yeah.
So you were able to follow along. Okay.
Yeah, most of it. Yeah,
Good.
I have to get the basics and
Okay.
go through all the basics and do it by myself.
Yeah.
To concrete everything,
Right. Well, maybe some of those other links that I provided for other sets of videos would be good.
Yeah.
Too, because they have a systematic coverage of some of these.
Exactly. I'm working with big data and
Turns out that
that's why we wanted to
Did you see my talk last week?
I couldn't come to that.
So that's up online. Is that? You can. Okay. Yeah. So that wasn't something I was able to
But I
talk about.
saw there are nearly 36 videos on the channel. So
Yeah, I have some videos, but that's true. And I do have the video from last week, which I could share with you. But it's also up on the SAC site. But
You know what square root
this is a very active stuff, and we have a lot of work going on in it. So I'm happy to talk more about it. Really, I think it's a lot of where
Okay, square root of minus 3.
delighted to hear you work.
Square root of a number that doesn't
Great stuff.
Sure. That's decimal. Square root of 2, that's an irrational number.
Oh, I'd be very upset. Yeah.
What's the square root of minus 1? Well, you can't draw a square
Oh,
root of
really?
minus 1.
So you're going back on just a brief visit or on a long-term basis?
It doesn't work. And everyone knew it doesn't
Really?
work.
Oh, okay. So where are you there? Yeah, sure. I know faculty who graduated from there. In fact, when I was at MIT for a long time, one of the faculty there, Kevin Amaratunga, he was from Berkeley as well. Very good school. No, that's near Kandy, is that right? Yeah. I remember the beautiful gardens. My wife and I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so I'd be very open to talk to you about that.
Is that right?
Where does that come from? Sure.
It's like it's just
Okay.
it's
Wow, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. So why don't we be in touch with that? Okay. And it'll depend on the exact timing and all that sort of stuff. But we'll see if we can do something. Okay. And again, your name is Roshan. Okay. Real pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to further discussion. Okay. Thanks very much. Okay.
Thank you very
Great to have you.
Because like
Thank you.
calculating the area.
That's great.
Hopefully one day I will be able to contribute more than questions.
No, they were very good
You know, it's easy to
questions. And those
conceptualize
bring
with
up
this.
really important
If I know what the
issues.
length of this is,
So,
the length of this,
I really appreciate
that.
that.
It's no problem.
You
But
seem
then
to
there's
ask
like this other step that falls off the ledge.
some of the
And it
deeper
lands in this
conceptual
magical
questions
world
you seem to ask, and I really appreciate that.
That's just
I really appreciate it. It's very.
So these videos I watch and I
So,
love them.
Thank
So,
you
like,
for bringing it up.
Like I think that would be great for.
And I guess Jeff has been talking to you about the project
I think
you're
there's like
working on,
the
is that right?
joys of learning.
Good?
So hopefully, I really want to go to the bootcamp. Maybe this year,
When
maybe
I do
next year.
TA, like TA,
That'd be
like just for
fantastic.
classes,
We
so
could
that I
have
can
you
make
there.
money.
For
and
the incubator?
just use it.
The boot camp and
For
incubator.
the
I go off on all
baby
sorts of
incubator
tangents
program.
because well, this is interesting, but why?
That's
what I think.
I don't think we can send you back.
Teachers can do more for the world than researchers. In principle.
Yeah,
Because then I
yeah.
think
So,
you get
but
it
no,
better.
seriously, thank you very much. You do ask really good,
That's not
probing
a teacher.
questions. So, thank you very much. Take care there.
Teachers can lead to Einstein's.
And most of my friends that have gone through, they've had their time, because I'm in my 50s, and most of my friends have gone through, they've done their research, and now they're all teaching.
They can afford it. But I mean, we also know from economic theory that they're not the ones that drive social change. They're the ones